everybody. Welcome to the Disney Morning Show afternoon edition, slight afternoon edition.
Yep.
Depending on, it's afternoon for me this time, and that's not usually the case. Anyway, thank you all for joining us. I'm Kyle, and joining me this morning is Tony.
Hi, I'm thinking about times because
It's usually at 11. It starts at 11:30 for me.
Yeah.
Usually it ends around noon. So today it's actually starting at noon. So it is afternoon.
Fair enough.
By definition.
I thought it was morning last time we started kind of late too, but either way, I'm well into territory because it's 1 o'clock for me. So
yeah, let's say some hellos if anybody's just moving over from Maxon's game stream.
Fred, top of the morning or afternoon to you fellas. It is Friday, my dudes.
It's Fri-Yay, even. I think I put that in the description of this show.
Okay. Was that the one with the guy with the goggles, the Vine? And it's Friday, no, that was the one who just screams. Or it might also be a thing. I don't know. I'm not as versed with the Vine as others. Happy Fri-Yay from Nikki. And then Fred's also throwing out his winners and losers, and we'll get to that later.
Yeah. Well, let's get started the way we always start. Disney stock was at 102.83 last time. Let me also just give it a quick refresh because I opened this a few minutes ago. Oh, it went up even more. 103.64. Almost a full $1 from yesterday.
That's how gas prices are in my neighborhood. Every 10 minutes.
Yeah, there you go. Luckily, our car doesn't need a ton of gas, and we don't have to drive very far. So that combination of things is helpful. Anyway, let's get into today's top stories. I'm actually going to start on a different photo. Nope, I don't have a different photo. So we're starting on this one.
So remember how we were talking about the same brain thing the other day?
Yeah.
I realized after I added the link to this one on the tweet that you did almost the same thing, just a different picture of the boat. Moving on. We learned this morning that for the first time since 1976, Walt Disney World is getting an additional ferry boat to cross the Seven Seas Lagoon from the Transportation and Ticket Center to the Magic Kingdom. And kind of a surprise to many, or maybe not a surprise to others, it will be named after former Walt Disney World president Meg Crofton, who was president of Walt Disney World from 2006 or 7 to 2013 or 2014. I've seen mixed reports on that. So, but yeah, she is most commonly associated with the My Magic Plus initiative, the Fantasyland expansion, and the Art of Animation Resort during her tenure there, before she moved on to being president of the Disney Parks and Resorts US and France, which I think got all merged into Disney Experiences eventually, but at the time it did not.
Yeah.
Anyway, this boat will be joining Admiral Joe Fowler, General Joe Potter, and Richard F. Irvine when it arrives, we'll get to that in a second, but it will be available for guests to see in 2027. It actually is going to be arriving in parts starting very soon at Walt Disney World, where it will be assembled and then put together and given those touches to look like the rest of the fleet. It's going to be the same size, same capacity, everything like that, and with a portrait of Meg on the lower deck.
Yeah, I think this is a name that people that like, I don't know the entire thing because I wasn't on the West. I wasn't on the East Coast. I'm still not on the East Coast, but I definitely know the name. But yeah, people of a certain age will be like, that sounds familiar. And then most Disney fans these days who are way younger than us are probably like, who? Like, it probably seems like forever ago.
She's the only person living with a boat to be named after her. But she also retired from the company in 2015, so 11 years ago. And now they're going, okay, let's name the boat after her. So I would say it's going to park up at the DeMaro dock, but that's a capture. So I have a question for you based on that, though.
Yeah.
You and Doobie go back and forth, window or legend. What about Ferryboat?
I mean, might have to add to the list. No, I still think, obviously there are fewer.
Yes.
But it's also just a boat.
So Meg will actually have 2 of those when that boat arrives, because she also has a window above Main Street.
Yeah. People can do things on boats that they can't do to windows on Main Street. So there's that logic. Birds can, but people can't.
working together very well are Buzz and Woody, usually since 1995 in the first Toy Story film, and they will soon work together on the back of a car. But I would not recognize or recommend doing that because I think this one's going to go pretty quick. But this is a new annual pass holder magnet coming to Epcot, featuring Buzz and Woody from the Toy Story movies in that stylized Paul Rudd-ish Mickey Mouse kind of style that retains on all the rest of the annual pass holder magnets. But yeah, it will be available till July 31st, starting today at the Creation Shop at Epcot for Walt Disney World annual pass holders as part of, I have to slow it down every time I say it, VI pass holder days.
Summer days this time.
Summer days, yes.
Summer days.
I might have to go change that. I think I just said VI pass holder days in the post. But yeah, so that's available now. I think this one's really, we're going to have to stick with while supplies last because I think that one's going to move because it also celebrates Toy Story 5 coming out on June 19th.
It's going to move like pulp. Anyway, Devil Wears Prada 2, in case you did not know, is now in theaters, and the soundtrack has hit streaming services as well. Features 3 Lady Gaga songs, including the single Runway with Doechii, but it's also got Shape of a Woman and Glamorous Life. Other artists on the soundtrack include Dua Lipa, SZA, Miley Cyrus with Brittany Howard, and more. You can stream it wherever you stream your music. Tony, how do you feel about cute babies? Now, how do you feel about cute baby animals?
I feel more about cute baby animals. And yes, there have been a number of them that have arrived over this last Earth month at Disney's Animal Kingdom and Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge. Though we can't see all of them just yet. Most of them are still backstage getting acclimated and bonding with their mom and caretakers. But one of them is a Maasai giraffe who has yet to be named. She will be arriving on the savannah later this summer. Maasai giraffes are endangered. So that was a big milestone for that one as well. There's a Nyama, I believe is how you say it. And then the one
I think I had one of those back in college.
There was one. There was actually 3 babies that got my attention when I was doing this in the post, and it got an audible "ah" out of me. And there are 3 Red River piglets that are coming to Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge on the savannah there. The only one that is at the park is the Maasai giraffe. The Nyama, the piglets, and then the Collie cattle are going to be at Animal Kingdom Lodge, and that's Mabel with her mom there.
Oh.
The piglets had names too, and I jokingly said, were they going to be Huey, Dewey, and Louie? But they weren't. They were like Cooper and Crockett and something like that. So
Straw, Brick, and
yes.
So
I don't get this, Nikki. Help me. Watermelons. Okay.
I should get it probably.
She also says we remind her of a quote in Mighty Wind. Yeah, we work together well. It's almost like we have one brain that we share between us.
Yeah, that's too true. Disney Lorcana continues to go on. They're releasing 2 new books. One of them is a continuation. They've been putting out these, what are they called? Collector's Guide. So they released sets 1 through 4 and 5 through 8. Now 9 through 13 is on the way. It's going to be hitting stores on November 1st. But there's also going to be a new book called Disney Lorcana Quest of Wonders, and a Lumineers lore book, looking more at the story of Disney Lorcana, not the story of the game becoming popular, but the game in the lore of the game that I don't pay attention to. You can now actually learn more about it. There's so many things, like when I go to
so you don't
events,
need the full lore to play the game?
Not really.
Okay.
I mean, like, you need to know the lore of how the cards work, but yeah, no, there's so many times, like when I'm at Gen Con and they're like, as you know, this happened, and I'm like, it did? I didn't get that at all.
I just want to
Where'd you guys learn
my
this?
Elsa card.
I think there's probably like materials. There's probably like, in the rules guide and stuff like that, probably talks about some of this, but now you can learn more about it. And it includes a special promo card, and this will be coming out in September. And then there's the other collector's guide. Yeah, this is the newest one, Wilds Unknown, with the Pixar characters. So check those out when they hit store shelves. I don't have a segue for this one. National Geographic. We got a report that, they've done several series or events called Secrets of. They've done whales, elephants, octopuses, penguins, and bees. And now apparently they're continuing that. The next two are Secrets of the Bears and Secrets of the Deep. Those are the tentative titles. So this produced by James Cameron. So it makes sense that that would be a series they want to stick with. So look forward to many more Secrets of coming from Nat Geo in the years ahead.
Why is Will Smith in the thumbnail? Did I miss
Because
that?
he was on National Geographic, Pole to Pole.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm sure there's must be something more to it. I think there was some other
I was
tidbits
fearing
about the
for
future
the
Nat
for
Geo.
a second there.
Oh, no, it's
Keep
okay.
the honey out your mouth.
So, Tony, last year I was talking to my wife and said, hey, the first guests have been announced for Star Wars Celebration. Can you guess which three they are? And she did it. And now two of them are also the first guest to be announced for this year's Star Wars Celebration in
Who's
Los
the outlier?
Angeles. Hayden Christensen has replaced Ashley Eckstein as the
Got
first announced, but Ian McDermott and Anthony Daniels have been and Hayden Christensen have all been confirmed for this. I imagine if they can have celebs fly out to like Tokyo and London, that getting them in Los Angeles should be pretty easy to do. So here's hoping. Well, I guess a lot of them are British, but still, like a lot of them also.
When is Star Wars Celebration?
This is in 2027.
Okay.
And it's going to be April 1st through the 4th.
So I was gonna say, if I were a Star Wars celebrity and you were trying to fly me out there in 2028, depending on the timeline, I'm probably not gonna go. So
yeah. So anyway, look forward to Star Wars Celebration. I'm sure there'll be many, many more guests announced over the course of the next year leading up to the event, especially as tickets go on sale. We talked about this yesterday, but I wanted to share again just in case you missed it. Scrubs is coming back for a second reboot season, so an 11th season overall. Shifting Gears also renewed, but that leaves RJ Decker as the show that we don't know whether or not it will be renewed. It's a little bit harder with mid-season because they have to figure everything out. They don't have as much time, but we'll figure out the fate of that. But at least we know that two comedies, Shifting Gears and Scrubs, will be back next season. You watch either one of those.
When the news broke yesterday, you said there was kind of a not like a cliffhanger, but maybe a cliffhanger.
It wasn't really a cliffhanger. It was just not. Well, I guess like
it wasn't a pretty bow.
You're just like, oh, is that how you're really going to end the only season of this show? And it's like, yeah, I don't think
so. After we talked about it, I saw a clip, and I wonder if that was it. That involved JD and Cox.
Yeah, I mean that storyline hit at the end of the penultimate episode and kind of continued, and there was no clean resolution. So that would definitely be something that they would want to explore in a season 2. But because I don't know if it really falls into cliffhanger territory, but it's like, well, I want to see how that turns out.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway.
Across the Pacific and not in LA.
We started with a boat. We're closing with a boat. Did Tony freeze or did I freeze or did everyone freeze? I froze. Cool.
Nope.
Sorry.
I spun. I don't know.
No, I spun too. Maybe it was just everything. Anyway, we're back. I was saying we started with the boat. We're ending with the boat.
And I was saying this one's not featuring a Disney executive. It instead is featuring the Disney bear decked out all over it in a Duffy-themed round-trip ferry from Hong Kong Island to Hong Kong Disneyland. That makes 2 round-trip trips daily. Once around park opening and once again around closing. But yeah, so you're going to see all kinds of different Duffy decorations and fun. The one thing that kind of made me laugh is it said that they will have giant Duffy plush and his friends seated in spots on the ferry so you could take pictures with them. And I thought that was, I'm like, or someone's just going to take them. I don't know. They might be zip tied down. Who knows? But yeah, they're going to have ferry packages that have the tickets to the ferry and the tickets to the park involved. And it's perfect because that's the annual event featuring Duffy is taking place at Hong Kong Disneyland at the same time the ferry is available. So hooray.
Yeah, I had no idea that there was a ferry from Hong Kong Island to Tokyo Disneyland would be impressive. Hong Kong Disneyland.
It's a cruise.
Because I've always stayed like one stop away from the Disneyland line and just done it that way. But yeah, I don't know if I'd want to take a ferry. I don't know how long it would take.
It said it takes about half an hour, and it's a scenic thing that you see the whole.
That's not bad.
Skyline.
I have taken the ferry across from Kowloon to Hong Kong Island on one of those other ferries that you see. So anyway, because it's Friday it's time to check the Disney Plus Top 10. That's right. I updated it to include Maul Shadow Lord, so hopefully it's on there, because otherwise I'm going to have
Star
to change
Wars
it again.
Maul Shadow Lord, which I need to talk to you about, because on our front page it says what we're covering, and it says Maul Shadow Lord. Just saying.
Yeah, it looks better. I don't care. Devil Wears Prada, obviously number 1 because the new movie is in theaters now. A Special Look is number 2. Maul Shadow Lord is thankfully in 3rd. Songs in the Sign Language,
which I still need to watch. I forgot that came out on the 27th.
Yeah, you can read Alex's review of that over on the site, but that is now on Disney Plus and is number 4. The Testaments in 5. No Way Home at 6. Daredevil Born Again in 7. The red carpet premiere of Devil Wears Prada 2. The famous Alvin and the Chipmunk Shipwrecked, and R.J. Decker. So if R.J. Decker can be in the top 10 this long, I think it has a shot at getting renewed. We'll have to check on that, though. Well, every other week, Cole goes through and looks at distinct attractions, and this time around, he looked at the Disneyland Paris train parade, which had several evolutions over the years. So here's just a few of those. But you can learn more about this parade, and it's interesting. I love that it's just like every time it just gets this face. It's like it's being Mike Wazowski'd in every edition.
Yeah,
except for that one.
It's more than they've done with the castle float here at Walt Disney World.
Yeah. But you can learn much more about this extinct parade on Cole's blog, and look at, he's been doing this for years and years. So there are so many extinct attractions that he's written about in that time. So go check those out.
I feel like he gets very excited every D23 expo or event, because then he knows he has a new batch ready to come.
Yep. Very true.
And the rest.
Well, in the and the rest section, we get to talk about other theme parks every once in a while, including Universal.
Yeah, Universal's Halloween Horror Nights is still months away, but we learned yesterday that starting today, a new acrylic collector's set is available that will feature different characters from the houses they're announcing as we go through the year. So now we already know that there's a Dr. Oddfellow and Jack the Clown house. So that was our first 2, and you can buy a separate carousel standee for them, but you could buy them also. And then as the houses are announced in the coming weeks and months ahead, more pieces are going to start being released as well. So that's very easy to do with the original characters and the original storylines. I know there's going to be plenty of IP this year, so I'm very curious as to how they're going to incorporate that as well. So
yeah, maybe just
like that
kind of nod to it,
be done as easily. Yeah, so we'll see.
Well, speaking of Universal, they've announced some things that celebrates the blockbuster movies this with limited edition experiences this summer, including Spielberg Summer Blockbusters featuring Disclosure Day limited time exhibit at Universal Studios Florida. There's also going to be a new Jaws inspired experience at that park. Let me just go through some of these photos here. And of course, lots of Jaws merchandise. There's also a Illuminations Minions and Monsters experience coming to the park.
What is on her shoulder?
I don't know. Maybe it's a monster from Illuminations. And then also this parade, the Mega Movie Parade, is coming back for the summer. So all of that and much more, including these fireworks, you can catch at the Universal Orlando Resort and Universal Studios Florida. I remember I have to keep that nomenclature for all the crap we give people who don't get the Disney stuff right. Like, Universals is confusing, but if you do sound silly when you get it wrong.
That parade too, I like. So that's fun. I'm glad that's coming.
And this is the version that they finally finished after however long of whatever float it was causing issues.
It was one of the Jurassic Park floats, or Jurassic World, sorry. And I know that it showed up by the end of the run, so hopefully it'll be back. I also hope that the Cinesational water show and fireworks show and drone show will be back as well. That's the closest
thing
it is. World of Color.
Yeah.
out here, so I go to that often.
I could just spray you with a hose if you want.
That would be like riding Popeye and Bluto's Bill Drop barges then. So
Okay, well, I guess that I could put a glow stick in it, and then
yep, that'll work too.
The fun stuff.
Well, today's fun stuff, I wanted to highlight our friends at Roosevelt who put out a new Disney Afternoon collection. This one featuring several different characters from the show. There's also a T-shirt of the similar design, but all in a nice grid. There's this one inspired by Chippendale Rescue Rangers, including the pattern from Chippendale Rescue Rangers, and that one's even more the pattern from Chippendale's Rescue Rangers, except that they have.
Hold on a second.
What?
That's the only one that sold out. I just checked about 20 minutes ago. That's the only one that is sold out so far.
That makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah, this is also the only one they didn't email us about. Chippendale Rescue Rangers there. Tailspin. More Tailspin, so you can get the full tuxedo like Tony on a cruise.
Yep.
DuckTales. Woo. Darkwing. That's a pretty fun shirt.
Yeah.
My
My only complaint about that polo is if you zoom in, or I know there's other pictures too, but it's
can't
printed
really-
on. It's not like stitched.
Oh,
So
gotcha. Yeah, that could be annoying. Fun little throwback sweatshirt, hat. So all of that is available on Roosevelt, except for the one that Tony wants.
right. And I said I would have
PI
bought
shirt.
that one. I would have bought the Dale shirt if it were a button down.
Mm.
I would have been all over that one. But then when I saw it was a polo, I kind of held back, and then it was gone. So
All right. On this day in 1940, Walter Elias Disney of Los Angeles receives patent 2,200,000, a lot, from the United States Patent and Trademark Office for this.
Fantasound.
No, good guess.
Oh,
This is in 1940.
that's when Fantasia came out.
Yeah, I know.
The multiplane camera.
Yes, the Art of Animation camera, the multiplane camera. On this day, 1955, someone was born. His Disney credits include Aladdin, Pocahontas, Hercules, Fantasia 2000, The Emperor's New Groove, The Fox and the Hound 2, The Princess and the Frog, and Wreck-It Ralph. And he directed 4 minutes of animation for Epcot attraction Grand Fiesta Tour starring the Three Caballeros.
What year
1955.
is that? Eric
That is Disney legend-elect Eric
Goldberg.
This is a weird one. On this day, 1967, someone who's known for his as a major country music artist also appeared in Tomorrowland as an actor.
1967.
Is when he was born, yes.
Known as a country music artist.
Yeah, but he
Appeared in
appears in Tomorrowland.
The movie
the
Tomorrowland.
movie, yes. Thank you for catching that. I said as an actor, but I did not clarify that.
Yeah,
I
because
mean
that
the
could have
movie.
been the guy in the spacesuit at the park.
Yeah.
Country music artist. 67.
Name the first. Well, name 3 country artists you know. It's probably one of them.
Tim McGraw.
It is Tim McGraw.
Okay.
I thought you were gonna say Brooks or no, what's the
Garth Brooks.
Garth Brooks. I thought you were gonna say him first.
That was where I was leaning at first, and I was going to joke and say Chris Gaines. Oh, and then my third guess would have been Miley's dad.
Oh yeah, that's unfortunate for country music. On this day in 1977, something was dedicated at Walt, or should I say, it was christened at Walt Disney World
In 1977. So it makes me think it's a boat.
Yeah,
And we
but
learned earlier that the last ferry boat was 76, so it's not a ferry boat.
it's not.
So it would have to be I'm 77. Was that Richard Irvine, the riverboat in Liberty Square?
No, that's a good guess. What if I told you that this boat doesn't move much?
Boat that doesn't.
At least not now.
In 77. Oh, was it the one on the Discovery Island shore?
I don't think so.
Okay.
This is at Disney, what is now Disney Springs.
Oh, so then it's the well, it was, what was it called? Empress Lily.
Yeah, christened by one Lillian Disney herself.
I don't think that ever moved, to be honest. But
Yeah, I didn't think so, but I was hedging my bets with that.
Yep.
This day in 1989, something opened. A theme park.
Oh, that's Hollywood. Well, the Disney MGM, now Hollywood Studios.
Yes, on this day in 1989, something else opened at Walt Disney World.
Pleasure Island.
Correct. On this day in 2001, a Walt Disney World attraction changed its name.
Changed its name. What park?
Animal Kingdom.
Oh, Dinosaur.
Yeah, Countdown to
Countdown to
Extinction
Extinction was
became Dinosaur, and now it is extinct.
Yep.
On this day in 2009, the first phase of a Walt Disney World Resort expansion opened. Meaning a hotel expansion, not the.
Yeah, was it like a DVC expansion?
Yeah.
2009. That would make me think it was Beach Club.
No, good guess.
Saratoga Springs?
No.
No, that was already underway.
This is home to one of the most talked about restaurants on property.
Wait, Animal Kingdom Lodge?
Mhm.
Yep.
So
Kidani Village?
Yeah.
Yep.
Home of Sanaa and the bread service.
Because that was back when I was a cast member, and I was like, I should really join DVC at some point. But I'm a cast member. I know I get a discount, but I should have done it. And I should have done it because I would have had Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Yeah, except for those maintenance fees
Yeah.
every year. This day in 2015, Marvel movie was released.
Ant-Man was 16, if I remember right.
Yeah, this was the one right before that.
Was that Guardians? No, Guardians was earlier. You got me on a Marvel one, Kyle.
It's a big one. You know, when they do those team ups, they call them something.
The Avengers?
Yeah, and this
Was
was
it the first Avengers?
It's not
The Age of Ultron?
Age of Ultron. Finally, on this day in 2020, a show debuted on Disney Plus. You can no longer watch it on Disney Plus, but as we discovered a few months ago, parts of it are on YouTube.
That would be because I still find them on YouTube now, and it's fun. The I don't remember what it's called, but it's the movie collector guy, and
It's
called
called
Prop something.
Prop Culture.
Prop Culture.
Pretty
Like,
good, Tony.
Prop and Landing. That's wrong.
Prop it like it's hot. No, that's not it either.
Prop Zone with Wesley Snipes.
Well, I have a surprise for everyone, unless you have email set on. That's right. Sorcerer's Streak is back. The first question is now live. This one's going to close on Saturday night. I wanted to make it Sunday to give you even longer, but you would already know the answer to this by now. By then, Therefore, Part 2, will it gross at least $75 million at the domestic box office this weekend? According to the numbers, place your bets. Just to give you a heads up, we're going to let this one run longer than normal. Usually it was around like a month. This is going to be, I'm calling it the summer season. So it'll run for 3 months or tentatively, don't hold me to it, from May through August. So yeah, we're going to see how long of a streak we can get. And then for the season after this, I'm toying with the idea of trying a different format just to celebrate the 10th season, but we'll see how this one goes first. So get back in there, laughingplace.com/streak, and see how you do. Build that streak. You got plenty of time this time around, and good luck. But now, Tony, it's time for the best segment of the week.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. I'm a loser.
I thought the best segment of the week was the Starbucks news block, but
I have to re-upload that one. Did you want to go first?
Sure, I'll go first.
Okay.
We start with winners.
Yes.
Yep. My winner, we kind of talked about it yesterday, is people who want to visit our studio tours that are usually pretty confidential now have the chance by making a bid that goes to a very good cause with the Ryman Arts Foundation, or nonprofit rather, helping kids across Southern California get an art education. But yeah, so you sit with Bob Weiss. You can check out the Pixar Studio tour. the Walt Disney Studio lot also. Yeah, lots of Garner Holt productions, lots of awesome things that are normally on complete lockdown now available with just a bid. So if I had, I think, pull it up again. What's Pixar at? Because I
Pixar was
remember it
at
was shockingly low the other day.
650.
650. So
Yeah.
excuse
So
me.
I wonder if somebody like locked in a $1,300. So if you try to bid, like I wonder if it's gonna just like keep going up, like
Yep.
how you can set the auto bid on eBay.
Yep.
Or yeah, good pick. Well, I had a last minute bump because my
Oh.
winner of the week was going to be Mike Celestino. Because if you saw how happy he looked in those
He
Star
was
Wars
so happy.
photos, I think he deserved it. But at the last minute, he got bumped by one Meg Crofton coming in off the top rope and getting a unexpected honor at Walt Disney World incoming. So congratulations to her. My loser of the week is this doll, which is supposed to be Padme. But Tony and I were discussing who it looks like more, and I said Laura Silverman. So I'm going to pull up a Laura Silverman photo from King of Queens and see if you think it looks more like her or if it looks more like whoever it's supposed to be.
Natalie Portman.
Natalie Portman. Yeah, I forgot her name.
They did the
Wow.
Parks blog post about it, and they were like, and we scanned her face and we did this. I'm like, did you? I don't think you did.
All right, so there's Padme. There's Laura Silverman.
Okay.
Padme.
I said Laura Keitlinger, so we were in
You
the same
did.
Laura
Yeah,
area.
it's definitely a Laura of some sort. But yeah,
Laura doll.
could do better. And then Tony, let me pull up your loser,
So mine,
which I have not watched. Do we need to watch it first? Because I haven't actually.
No, you don't need to watch it first.
Okay.
I need to stress this. It's not so much the person I'm calling a loser, it's the circumstance I'm calling a loser. This is Tom Bancroft. He is the supervising animator of Mushu. He recently collaborated with Roosevelt on a shirt like the one I'm wearing to bring a design to life featuring Mushu. And he's on his post on Instagram here showing it off. And as he'll explain to you, he collaborated and did the design working on it, did the character, everything like that. But it'll be on the website for sale. But here's the thing. He has his, I have mine. It was part of the Roosevelt's Chaos Drop Day, where every 20 minutes a new design was dropping and it sold out instantly. And he posts about 10 days later about this new design that's already been long gone and sold out. So I felt a little bad for him. And that's something I keep talking about. So I think that would be my loser of the week, the circumstance that brought that out. So,
well, at least he got one. I thought you're like, I didn't know. I do remember this being released on, now that you mention it, I do remember it being part of the chaos, but I thought you're going to be like, oh, and the art is wrong, or it says that like it's got like a dedication to somebody else or something like that. So it could have been worse. But yeah, that's not.
But it was really just, he's like, check it out, go on the website, buy it now, and it's not there because it's already done and gone for 10 days.
Well, maybe it'll be on what do they got, like Rewind Friday,
Replay Fridays.
Replay Fridays.
Yeah, I would like to think that, but I've never seen that for a chaos drop. So maybe a different variant, like there might be a blue one. But
just catching up on comments. Jeremy Parker has already won. He got his magazines. I had Stephanie send those out once he finally stopped winning. Could catch up on magazines. But I'm sure he'll come back and win again. We'll go back to Fred's winners and losers. Xbox Game Pass Ultimate dropped its price. And then I guess there's something with PlayStation now where if you buy a digital game, you have to connect to the internet every 30 days or something like that.
Yep.
I should be concerned, but I'm not.
I'm also excited for him. He's not here with us now, according to this, but he went to go see Hoppers. Everybody else should do it too. So if you haven't done it yet, go now.
Well, that's going to do it for us here, but we have Jeremiah in the park. He is going to be doing a live walk and talk from Disney's Hollywood Studios on its birthday today. That'll happen at 1:00 Pacific. He's also headed over at Magic Kingdom right now to get photos of the walls down around Big Thunder. So stay tuned to Laughing Place. Be sure to subscribe, ring the bell so you know whenever we go live. I believe Juby said there should be trivia tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. And then hopefully we'll be back on Monday with another morning show. Anything else you want to add, Tony?
Monday is May 4th.
We might not be back with a morning.
So you got where I was going, but yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, it's probably like one of my least favorite days on the site.
I try to not bother you with it, but
It's
I
just
feel like
annoying.
this week's been a little bit earlier than normal.
Yeah, which is both helpful and not helpful somehow.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you all for watching and have a great weekend. Bye.